Hi guys, welcome to the channel Zero to Sailor. My name's Terry. So basically I'll give you a bit of a background about myself. I've never sailed before. I've been on the water a few times, cruise boats, fishing boats, but never actually sailed or anything like that. And I've kind of got hooked into sailing through YouTube and just looking online and stuff like that, and I've really kind of had this urge to want to sail, which I always thought was probably going to be later in life. But last year I kind of broke my shoulder, had a plate fitted after falling off a horse, of all things. I used to ride motorbikes, and probably figured it was time for me to kind of look at a different hobby and keep breaking myself, so to speak. So yeah, I've just kind of took the plunge and kind of joined a local club where I'm hoping to learn to sail kind of at the beginning rather than starting straight offshore. From watching all the videos and stuff, I kind of assume people say they buy a boat and just go out in the ocean, which I'm not really too keen on doing that. So what my plan to do is to actually start at the beginning. Really, I'm going to start at the dinghy kind of sailing, learn the basics of sailing, which from what I can understand online and stuff, people say, although it might not kind of go into the main sailing, it will help obviously learning quickly on a dinghy, because obviously if you don't do it right, you capsize, and you don't want to be doing that with a big boat. So hopefully I can learn quickly doing the dinghy, and then before I move up. What is my ultimate goal really? So I'm kind of hooked on, a bit crazy, but offshore sailing. I kind of like that. I've been watching loads of videos and researching loads of things on the mini 650s and class 40s, and that just appeals to me. I like speed, and I like kind of that adrenaline kind of going fast and hard. Whether I like it out in the ocean, I don't know. There's to be decided, I guess. I can't really go and do it until I learn to do it. So it's just taking that leap of faith and using my spare time I have to kind of get into it. I thought a dinghy would be a great place to start, really. So what I'm doing, I'm literally joining a dinghy club, a sailing club on my local lake, maybe 20 minutes away, where I'll be doing my RYA level 1 and 2, and just for the dinghy sailing, so I kind of get used to that kind of not only sail handling, but also they do like weekly races down there over the summer till about November. So hopefully I can get a bit of experience, and just talking to people and meeting people who are also kind of passionate about the same thing, I think will be good. And there are probably a lot of older people down there have a lot more experience and from what I understand from meeting some of them, they're super helpful and really keen to help. If you tell them what you want to do, your ultimate goal, then they'll do whatever they can to help you kind of get there. So that's my plan at the minute. It's obviously I'm just going to learn on the dinghy. I'll try and do some recording at some point on the lake. But I just really wanted to document the journey, really, because I'm sure there's other people out there who watch it on YouTube like me and really want to do it. And I think the hardest thing is just going and doing it. It's such a weird thing, isn't it? You watch all these, I was just laughing with the person I met the other day at the club. She was saying if you had an experience, and I kind of said, well, I've done probably like a couple of nautical miles on YouTube, but actually doing it and being there and then being in the boat and in that situation, I suppose you just kind of, you just have to go and do it. So like I said, I've just joined my local club, very friendly club by the sounds of it, from what I've met and people I've met there. It's reasonably priced for that kind of getting on the water. And I just kind of take each stage as I go. I've got my goal that I want to do, but whether I don't do it eventually, I don't know. This is, I suppose if you don't know, you don't try. I've kind of, after my injury, I was kind of left just working again, and I want a new hobby, and my ultimate goal would be to obviously retire later on in life, maybe sailing and maybe cruising around. So why not just do it now and get some experience under my belt. And hopefully if it all goes well and I enjoy it and learn what I need to learn, I'll get into the mini transits or the class 40s at some point. That would be, we'll see where we just go from there, really. basically my route now is just literally RYA level 1, which I'm going to do shortly next week. And then obviously the RYA level 2, probably a few weeks after that, if I can get the weekly training in. I need to in the races on Sundays. Just keep building really until I feel comfortable on shore, like on a lake, not on shore. And then once I've built up some experience there, then maybe go off and do the RYA kind of, the competent crew, then day skipper. And I think probably at that point, that's when I can start thinking about going out on my own on coastal waters or whatever, and see where we are. And yeah, that's probably going to be where I'm at. I'll probably keep sailing the dinghies because it's 20 minutes from home where I am. Whereas the coast, my nearest coast is like Felixstowe Way, Ipswich, Felixstowe. So it's a bit of a trek really. So to keep my skills in, I think having a lake locally is probably a good thing, and the community as well you get probably from it would be really good. So yeah, that's my plan. If you have any helpful advice or whatever, then let me know. If there's anyone, you want a person to come on board at some point, I'll see what I can do. I literally don't know. I don't know many people who are into boats, so I don't know many people who have boats and sail boats or anything like that. It's not really, my family never sailed boats. People I know don't really sail boats. So I'm kind of all on my own really, which is fine. I'm quite happy. But yeah, I'm hoping to meet a lot of people who can help me along the way. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to it. I'm kind of excited to get started now. I'm sure I'll be a bit of a learning experience, but yeah, any helpful advice, comment below, follow, subscribe, and then obviously you can see how I get on. If you're interested, if you're like me, just sat there watching YouTube and think, oh, maybe I should just go and do it, then yeah, maybe this will help you make the decision, or maybe put you off for life, who knows. But I'll try and be as honest as I can. I'll give you updates when I can, and hopefully get some sailing footage in at this early stage with the dinghies and stuff, and then yeah, as we go on, we'll go from there. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.